All right, I think let's get started.
Hello everyone, a very good morning. Welcome to the webinar, Extending Your OpenText Media Management Capabilities. This webinar is done in collaboration with SolEx community and will be recorded for future reference. I'm Shweta Manasa Paluru. I'm associated with Acron for more than 3+ years now as a business unit manager, and I will be your host for today's session. Here we have our Director Pre-Sales, Mr. Raj Kumaran, and our Product Manager, Mr. Gunalan. What are the new market trends and how Acron helps our clients to be on par with the new trends. The session is going to be a 1-hour session, and the last 15 minutes will be dedicated for Q&A session. But during the session, please feel free to drop your questions so that will be taken care by the end of the session. I hope you have a happy learning. Handing it over to Mr. Raj and Guna.
Hey, thanks, Shweta. Hey, first of all, very good morning, guys. And trust me, I'm Raj Kumaran. Maybe the hairstyle might look different. I have recently shaved my head. That's why I'm looking like this. But trust me, I'm Raj, right? So with that said, so quickly what I'll do is I'll just, for the first timers who are joining us online with us, I'll quickly walk you through about Acron. And then myself and Guna, we have prepared questions for each other self to understand more what's happening on each other's domains, right? So for example, Guna has a lot of questions to me on what's happening on the market, latest trends, and so on. Similarly, I also have questions for him on what's happening on the latest innovations, products, and updates towards it. So we will be discussing those things and hope you will also would be able to understand what's happening in the market, the latest trends, and the updates to our products. Now, let's jump on to a quick overview about Acron. So to start with, we are technology partners with OpenText, and we are in the space for more than a decade now. So we heavily work with media and entertainment industry, but said that, we also work with a lot of print, packaging, utility company, finance and manufacturing companies too, right? If you ask us, hey Raj, what's your specialty is about? We work, deliver, design, support any media related workflows. That's, I would say, it's our key specialty, right? And apart from that, we also have a lot of package solutions and connectors to various items, which I would be walking you through in a short while. So if you ask us who are our partners, we are partners with OpenText, we are partners with Salesforce, and we work well with AWS, and we are partners with them. And at last, recently, we have become a partner with Chili Publish. More about Chili Publish later, right? And if you ask us what services we provide, we provide a 360-degree of services, starting from technology consulting to package solution. Anything, any support, we would be able to support you here. Now, we have heavy footprints on North American and European region. We have been working in the past with a lot of customers in this area, but we are also expanding into Asia Pacific, and we also have our first customer there. We are currently in having our physical office at Hyderabad location, India, with a strength of 80+ strong team. And that's a quick overview about Acron, right? And to finish with, I want to quickly walk you through what are our key products and connectors, what we offer. So if you see, these are our key products and solution. Solution side, we have our media project management platform. We also have MLR for life sciences. And when it comes to connectors for media management, we offer connectors for Salesforce. We offer connectors for Brightcove and Chili Publish. Now, when we were talking about Chili Publish, right, Guna, and Salesforce, I think both things are happening a lot there. Maybe why don't we start with Salesforce? Can you update me and the audience what's happening here, right? What's the latest around Salesforce and the connectors about it?
Definitely, yes, Raj. Thanks. And a warm welcome to all again. So first, right, Raj, would you be able to give me the control as well? I'm not able to control the screen.
You have it.
Yeah, thanks, Raj. So, yeah. So to start with, right, we have built the connector, and the connector is actually sold by OpenText, and both of us support the connector. So anything you want related to the connector, you can reach either directly to us or through OpenText. It all gets the same attention and support from all of us. And to brief about the connectors, right? So we have two connectors integrated to Salesforce, one to the Sales Cloud and the other to the Marketing Cloud. So these two connectors help integrating OTMM to each of these clouds, right?
Right.
And let's start with the Sales Cloud connector. So we know that Salesforce Sales Cloud is the leading CRM application, and OpenText Media Management is the leading DAM application, right? And what we've done is we've integrated both so that we get a leading application, leading platform where we can leverage the capabilities of these two applications. So let me just give a brief on this by taking a simple use case, right? Where I'm a Salesforce user, I'm a salesperson working with a lead, trying to share some content about a product, some marketing content. And how do we do it earlier without this connector? We download this from somewhere, from a repository. It could be the same OTMM itself. I download this content, then come back into my Salesforce, log into Salesforce and get into the record, go to the specific record, and then try to see the details and attach this content back and share it to the lead, right? Now, what we've done is we've brought this to the fingertips of the Salesforce person within the Salesforce Sales Cloud itself. So this is how I would log in as a Salesforce user, get directly to the leads object, open the record, Mr. John Doe, and then see here, you will be able to see the details of the record. And also here, if you see, right, you'll have a tab called media widget. So this you can name it anyways, right? So we just wanted to make sure it is related to media so that the user knows that you can find all the media here. You can name it OTMM, you can name it whatever, rich media, anything. Now, when you come here, right, you can just directly get into this media widget tab, and you'll be able to see all the content that is related to this particular record. Now, if I want, I can also further upload content from my local system as well. Need not be on OTMM. So there could be some personalized content that I want to share. I would have created on my local system. I can directly upload that into this record, and this will get automatically stored into the OTMM specific folder for this record within OTMM. And I can also pull records from assets from OTMM by just directly going into OTMM from here and then getting those records. And once I have all the records inside this specific, once I have all the assets inside this specific record, what I can also do is I can just click on share, which will immediately open the share module. And from here, we can directly share it to the leads directly. So a lot of hustles reduced, right? So that is what this Sales Cloud connector does, bringing the OTMM assets to the Sales Cloud, to the fingertips of the salesperson in the context of the records. Clear? So just to summarize, right, this is what we see as benefits of using this connector. It basically saves time, like you saw, right? We are avoiding all the hustles, and it avoids duplication because I'm just reusing the content that is already there on OTMM. And it reduces a lot of errors arising out of not using the latest content. So OTMM takes care of giving me only the latest content, latest and greatest version of whatever content is there. And obviously, when we reuse content, the OTMM is also taking care of digital rights management as well. So this is a summary of why we are giving this connector. Now, quickly looking into the Marketing Cloud. Again, we all know that Marketing Cloud, Salesforce Marketing Cloud is the #1 platform for marketing. It has all these capabilities starting from Journey Builder to Email Studio to Social Studio and all those things where we can handle directly big campaigns from within the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now, what we've done is we've also integrated this OTMM DAM to the fingertips of the marketing manager who's in charge of this campaigns, creating content inside this campaigns. And how does that happen? Again, I'll take a simple use case where I'm getting into Marketing Cloud. I want to create a template for a social media post. I go to Content Builder, and from here I can either see, I can actually see all the blocks that are already there, content blocks, templates that are already there. I can either create a new content, or I can use an existing template here and modify it for the campaign that I'm currently working on. So let me just open this particular template, and I can view the content here, and I can click on edit. So once I click on edit, I'll get a whole new whole lot of features that I can use to modify, to add content, to change the layout and all those things. So here again, if you see, right, we have all these OTMM blocks to different instances that we have, different OTMM instances. Now we can just drag and drop the OTMM instance directly into the layout, and that will open up your OTMM directly, the particular instance it will open up. From where I can either browse to the folders if I know where the location is exactly, or I can use the search and facets feature to locate the content that I'm looking for. And now when I have the marketing content that I intend to use here, I can just push this content to the layout, which will bring it inside the layout. And I'm ready for saving this template and using it in the campaign that I'm interested in.
Nice. But also, Guna, I remember that there is an option where you can, with the new release, there is an option where you can crop and use specific portion of the image, right? How do you do that?
Exactly, that's right. So here, right, we also have given capabilities to repurpose the content, meaning you're not creating new content, you're using the content. But if I'm just interested in sharing only a portion of this media, right, I can just go to edit, which will take me to advanced edit capabilities like cropping, flipping vertical, horizontal, and all those things. And I can focus on the specific part of this media that I'm interested in the layout. So I can just customize this content to suit my layout and my campaign requirements.
Yep. And it will not create any local copies, correct? So it's
yes,
single source of truth still.
Yes, it will basically use adaptive media delivery, and it will take care of single source of truth requirements as well. So, and to summarize, right, so these are some of the benefits that we have based on this connector. Basically, it reduces a lot of time, it increases the productivity, and like you told, it is a single source of truth, and you can monitor the performance of content, where has this content been used, and all those things. And it reduces a lot of risks because you're getting the latest and greatest versions of the content anytime, right? And to give a brief on where we are with these connectors, the initial question that you asked, Raj, what is happening on these connectors? So I'm happy to say that these connectors, both these connectors are Salesforce certified, and they are available on Salesforce App Exchange for anybody, for OTMM users to go and subscribe to. And also these are OpenText Cloud certified and support container platform.
Nice.
Yeah. And Raj, when we talk about these Salesforce connectors, right, I also understand that you are busy with a couple of prospects, right? Would you be able to share us some interesting use case which you are working on?
Sure, Guna, right? So for all the participants who are viewing it from remote, this is one of our more popular connectors for Media Manager guys. So recently we were working with a banking customer, right? So they were based up of in North American region, East Coast, but they have their global presence. So they had an interesting use case. They manage all their customers and partners informations in Sales Cloud. Correct, Guna? So what they wanted to do is with this information, they were also using Marketing Cloud for their email campaigns or any campaigns or promotions and everything. So they were interested in the connectors, both the connectors, right? And they came to us and said, hey, we want to use OpenText Media Management for their repository, where it will have all their assets and marketing materials required for the promotions, right? Would you be able to help us configuring all these systems together, right? So this is what we did for them. So assume that, Guna, you are going to a bank right? And let's say I'm the manager there, and you are asking me, hey, Raj, can you tell me about what's the latest offering, what you provide on credit card lines, right? So instead of talking through all these capabilities, I may explain you what it is. What I can also do is I can go into Salesforce, search for your customer, right? I'll type Guna. So it's going to show you a record. So I'll go in, right? So I'll gonna say that, hey, you're looking for something on credit card. So similar to what you showed on the screenshots few times earlier. So we would be providing a experience inside Sales Cloud itself for you to draft an email, right? Saying that you can choose from predefined templates and all those things available, right? You can pick them and say, these are the brochures I want to include for you to sharing, and select them and send it. So what happens is you're not switching between multiple systems, right? It's all single source of truth. Any updates to any brochures or anything, it's all updated. And it's all managed within Sales Cloud, right? Behind the scenes, what we also do magic here is the email what is sent from your Sales Cloud gets delivered via your Marketing Cloud templates. Again, if you are a marketing admin, you want to configure and design the template, whatever we showed, you showed as part of the Marketing Cloud experience, right? The same would be applicable, where they can use all the logos and components available from your media manager to design their template, right? So holistically, now all the informations are available in Salesforce. You don't have to switch between systems. So we also know that you are interested in credit card and the data is tracked. So next time I can do a more targeted campaigns towards you and all. So that's an interesting use case what we recently worked, Kunal.
Really, yeah, really interesting, right? So like you mentioned, right, these two connectors, Salesforce connectors, can work in tandem as well as they can work independently as well. So that is one of the important points you've highlighted here as well.
Anyone watching this one, if you are interested in any of these kinds of solutions or you want to know about more, please type in the chat section below. We would be happy to take that in last 15 minutes.
Obviously, yes. And Raj, I also understand that we have a lot of other connectors where you were working with a lot of prospects. Would you be able to share some insights on a couple of other connectors as well?
Sure. Maybe what I'll do is, right, Guna, I'll talk and explain you about two things I was closely working with. One is on the Brightcove, another one is on Chili Publish, right? So let's start with Brightcove. For people who are new to Brightcove, maybe I'll take 2 minutes and explain what it is. So it's an online video platform, right, Guna? You would be able to share, stream, and host video on it, right? Now you might ask, hey, Raj, there are a lot of tools there in market which can do this. Why Brightcove, right? Where its key USP comes in picture is you would be able to customize the players, the playback player, which can be embedded in your downstream channels like websites and so on, right? The beauty here is you can customize to your needs and enable disable controls based on your preferences and what should be allowed and not. And based on your devices, for example, if people are looking in iPad, mobile, maybe a desktop, you can provide a tailor-made experience for each with different layers, right? Those are some of the key USP what it provides. From analytics to other things, all the other capabilities are supported, but let's not go deep today, right? That's all on Brightcove. But if you ask me how this connector works, right, Guna, maybe I'll take an example for you. For example, let's say you are a marketing admin and you are using OTMM, right? In a typical scenario, what you would do, right? Probably, let's say your team delivered a promotional video, which you need to publish and embed it in your website. So probably you need to download that first from media management. I'm not sure on the format it would be. It will not be browser friendly, or it could be a unique proprietary format and so on. Probably you need to do a conversion again and then host it on a CDN or any hosting server, then write some code and put it on your website and embed it, or any other downstream channel for that matter. But what we have done, right, the same experience, we can do something like this, right, with the connector. So let's say this is your media manager. For example, let's take this is your video which is provided by your marketing team, right, Guna? So all what you have to do is, based on your permissions, you can go and click those options and say, I want to send this to Brightcove, right? That's all you need to do. When you do that, it automatically publishes the content to Brightcove, and it puts an indicator that it's published and available in Brightcove, right? So you can see that it comes directly into Brightcove. And what's smart about it, right? As part of your media management, you'll have a lot of metadata around your assets. Like, hey, for which campaign you did create it, who's the creator, what's the expiration, campaign code, all these information would be there, maybe agency information. You can configure this connector in a way that all these informations are passed and synced with your Brightcove. So you can see here that all these metadata are coming from your OTMM, right? So whenever someone edits something, it gets auto-synced. So that's one thing. And now publishing is one part, right? Now you will ask me, how do I embed it into my website? So again, you don't have to leave the screens of OTMM. You can go and say, I want to get the video details, write in OTMM. So there is a pop-up that's going to show you like this, where you can do a playback right from Brightcove, right? And you can select the player what you want to use here, right? So based on your preference, you can select multiple players and do it. And that automatically provides an embed code for you. You can grab it here and put it on your website. So now if you see the process, it's all simplified. Instead of doing all the manual work, it can do in a single shot. But that's not it, right? Again, you want to see how your video is performing. You can get all the analytics right here in Media Manager. So all the data, it's available at single place, right? So that's what a quick brief about Brightcove, what it can do.
That's awesome, Raj. And I also understand that there is a new feature that you have included, correct, right? Would you like to explain what is that?
Yes. So this was interesting, right? So we were working, see, again, this requirement came from the market. So even though with the flow, what we said, it's creating a copy into Brightcove. It's not single source of truth. It breaks that particular mechanism. So what we did is, we know that Brightcove can support remote asset URL. So which means that you don't have to copy your entire original asset into Brightcove for streaming. You can use your own OTMM CDN and provide the asset to Brightcove, right? So how you can do it is similar way. You can go and pick up an asset, right? Select, I want to publish this to Brightcove with Brightcove remote asset option, right? Now that's going to put that content into Brightcove like before, right? But this time it's going to say it's a remote asset, and it will put the CDN URL of your AMD delivery, adaptive media delivery of OTMM. So again, the metadata, everything is same as below, but the content is always pointing to the adaptive media delivery of media management. There are a lot of advantage to it. So you don't need to worry about different versions getting missed, because if there is a new revision, Brightcove will have a version and OTMM will have your version. You have to manage all those things. But in this case, since it's adaptive media delivery, you always point to your latest version. So that's what new Gana. This is what a requirement came from the market, and we were able to add it to our capabilities. Cool. All right, but to close on it, right? Let me summarize, right? This Guna. With our Brightcove connector, you would be able to publish, sync metadata, view analytics information directly inside OTMM, and select multiple players to embed in your website. What you can also do is you can take down or delete video in Brightcove right from your OTMM. That is also possible. You can expire, or you can put a configuration to say, hey, based on your campaign period or your validity or your licensing, all those things you can configure and say when this asset expires, and it automatically will expire that. And last, the remote video capabilities, what we saw now. So that's all Brightcove connector can do. So anyone interested with this connector, please let us know. We are ready to help you and support here.
Great, Raj. See, you're actually bringing a lot of interesting use cases from the field, right? So that we can come up with a lot of innovations here as well. Would you also like to brief about your Chili Publish experience?
Sure, Guna. Right. Okay. For people who are new again for Chili Publish, right? What it is, what it can do. Something something like this, Guna, right? The market has changed. So no longer we need a designer to go and sit on work marketing content or a campaign ad or a promotional material or something, right? Again, the problem with this is you can't do this for all the regions what you're working on or all the local language you are working on, right? Campaigns become effective when you do support only local language and get in touch with people, else it's not. But do you want to really spend all the designers hours to just to translate and update this content, right? So that's where Chili Publish came into picture. It's an online template editor tool where you can design your marketing promotional materials or any kind of thing. It can be packaging even. It supports multiple things, right? Maybe for people who are working with manufacturing and packaging industry, your cardboard and layout, everything can be designed here, right? And if you want to go and change the currency value based on the region where you are working on, maybe for Australian region, it could be different. And let's say for Japan, it could be different and so on, right? The language and the text, all those things can be configured by the local marketer, but use the same template, download it and use it for their packaging needs or promotions or whatever it could be. Right. So that's what the brief idea about Chili. Now, what we have done is we have taken this connector and we have integrated with OpenText Media Management. Right. So that's what the connector we are going to talk about. So now, hey, Raj, okay, you connected both the system. What's the advantage you get? Right. You may be asking. So for example, let's say again, we have world's most advanced enterprise class DAM, OTMM, right? And we store everything, all your approved assets and everything in your DAM, right? Now, people go there to download and grab them and use it for their marketing needs. Similar to that, why don't we store Chili templates within your DAM? Correct. So it provides a one-shop experience. You don't have to go into multiple systems to do multiple things. Just like any other asset, you would be able to search with metadata, Chili templates, and it also adheres to your security policies, right? And you can use the lookup what is provided and say, for example, right? Maybe a character what you use on your marketing material would be different from region to region, right? You want to swap that, right? The approved characters are available in your media management. What if in the template editor, you are able to browse those things, just drag and drop into the editor and create your own, right? Again, you can control what can be changed in a template, what cannot, all those things are available and you can do this. So that's the benefits what you get for the connector, right? And maybe a quick example, what you can do is, let's say, we'll take the same example, right, Kuna? Maybe let's say you are a marketing person, you want to create a poster, right? So what you can do is go into OTMM, search for your templates or navigate via folders, however it may be. Based on your permissions, we show all the available Chili templates, what you can use, right? And go into option and say you want to start editing it in the editor, right? So when you do that, the Chili editor opens up, right? So all these things are, again, the capabilities what you see are enabled based on the permissions which we gave to you, right? So you can say you can change this logo or this one, that one, and so on, or just a text, whatever, right? Or we can even configure it something like, if you are working with a packaging industry or something, if you just type in the SKU number, you would be able to get the information pulled from your maybe PIM system or SAP, whatever, wherever you store your data, right? So you would be able to pull those information and auto-populate. So all these things can be done. Now, let's say you are working on this ad or a promotion, right? You tweak certain words based on your local market or the language and so on, and you save it and you can download and take it forward. Maybe there could be cases where in certain regions you want to get it through regulatory process or legal review before you can go and use it. So in those templates or specific region, you can say that I want to have a approval workflow plugged in here, which we can do it. And we can plug in any workflow within OpenText Media Management. So you can see that you can add in a lot of, say, this is the inbox of approver, right? You can see all the job which is waiting for me to review here. And if you submit something, it's going to be available here and you can approve it, right? So approval would be something like this. You would be able to select, hey, whether I want to approve this or reject it, or provide some feedback and ask you to change something and come back, right? All those things are possible. And this is a quick brief about Chili Publish, right? What it can do, why we have created this, and what's the connector all about for OpenText Media Management, right?
Great.
Perfect. And anyone here, if you are interested with Chili Publish, or you wanna check if you want to integrate with any of your PIM softwares or anything, please let us know. We can help you on this, right? And we also have an point solution or a connector available direct for your media management solution. All right, Kunal. Okay, next item, what we want to talk about is maybe, I know you said that you have questions about MPM and other things, right? One fact is that it can work seamlessly with MPM, right? That's what I want to highlight here. So it's not just with your, like say, OpenText Media Management DAM software you can integrate. We also have capability where you can integrate this directly with our media project management solution. Maybe, I know there are a lot of first timers also here, right? Why don't you maybe give a brief idea about what's MPM, what it does, right, Kuna? Maybe from there, we'll go.
Yes, definitely, Raj. So, yeah, so Media Project Manager, MPM as it is abbreviated, right, is our flagship product, like Raj pointed out in his earlier slides about Acron. So this is basically a project management application working on top of OTMM, and this takes care of all your upstream, from your upstream to your downstream, right, from creation to consumption of all your media assets. So it is as project managers, right, we all understand that it is very important to manage tasks, assign tasks to correct resources to get the tasks done and all those things, right? So what media project management does is it takes care of all of these. It basically automates a lot of things that need to be manually done by a project manager. So it gives the project manager a bit of a relief, right? And so what it does, it has capabilities starting from creating a request for a media, right? I may have a request related to a specific campaign, and this request also has to go through a lot of approvals before it gets converted into a project. And once it gets converted into a project, you can see all the tasks that are getting created, and these tasks being assigned to specific groups from where corresponding people can claim the tasks and work on it, or we can also assign the tasks to specific people who can start working on it immediately as soon as it gets delivered to them. So that way, this media project manager takes care of all these backend activities of creating tasks, assigning tasks, and automatically switching over to the workflow, right? Because all organizations have their own business process by which they take care of this content creation and approval and publishing, right? So that is where this media project management helps. This is just a brief about this. And currently, right, we are in version 3.1.3 with a lot of enhancements to the user experience and a lot of capabilities included into media project management, right? I know this is very close to your heart as well, Raj. So would you like to give a brief about how it all started initially?
Sure. Maybe I'm not sure if people watching me would have seen me face glow up when he was talking about this. Again, the reason because this all came from a small idea, right? Maybe to give a background what happened, we were working with a North American customer again, who were from East Coast. So they were a media giant, a well-known studios there. And they had a requirement where they want to orchestrate all the media approval process, right? So they were using OpenText Media Management as their central digital asset management repository. And they wanted to use AppWorks for their workflow management software, right? Or the workflows. So we went ahead and we designed them the required UIs, workflows, plugged in everything and integrated with media management, where you can store assets, approve them, review and approve them, right? Everything is controlled by AppWorks workflow engines, right? Asset lives in your media management, the creator review used for reviewing and all those things, right? So that's something we delivered. Now, next, after 6 months, we also worked with another company or a customer from European region, right? Specifically, they were based off of UK, I believe, and they were into gaming. They had a similar requirement. They said, hey, we have our game posters and all those things. We want to market it in local language and localize it and use it, right? Again, they were using OpenText Media Management for their DAM and AppWorks. We recommended them so that it can harmoniously work with the OpenText softwares and you can orchestrate your workflows for approval process. Similar to this, we worked like another 3 or 4 similar use cases. Then we thought, okay, industry is looking for something like this, right? We want to review media assets right from an idea or a request for creation, right? And once it's created, it needs to go through certain step of review process. Once approved, you need to publish the systems, right? We thought you need 2 systems to do it, or more than 2 systems to do this, all these processes, right? Why don't we package all these 2 things into a single solution, right? And provide it as a solution for the users. So that's where all this MPM, I think it got started.
Cool. Yeah, so moving on, that's interesting, and that's really nice to know all this background to this media project management, right? Since we all have a lot of videos on the YouTube related to all these capabilities and features of media project management, I'll just skim through these slides basically, so that you can get an overview of what are the features that are available. Like we spoke about review workflows, we spoke about task management, resource management, and all those things, right? It starts from your creation, which is basically ideation, and then it is a centralized repository for all your content. It also helps in publishing and archiving content that are outdated and all those things, right? Quickly taking a look at, yeah.
One thing I want to highlight, right, guys? This MPM can manage all your marketing campaigns and projects. It's not just workflows. You can have group them, all your tasks and everything within a project or a campaign or multiple projects under a campaign and run it. So you can do from resourcing for every project or a deliverable or a task and you can see everything in a calendar and manage everything. So that's the strength of this tool, right? It's not just workflow, review process, and request.
Yeah, and to just give a brief overview of the screens, right? So you have all the capabilities of a dashboard where a project manager can go and understand all his critical and upcoming projects, and based on the progress of the projects, they can focus on specific projects and all those capabilities. On the top left corner, and if you see the top bottom left corner, right, this is a very important feature that we have in our NPM, where we can customize the workflow. So you need not only depend on the standard workflow, which is like after an upload, there will be a review, and then after a review, there will be a publish. So here we have given capabilities for the project manager to go and design their own workflows based on the campaign requirements and the business requirements. Yeah, that is about the bottom left corner. And in the bottom right corner, you see the creative review tool, which is used to annotate, comment, give feedbacks, and obviously
Kuna, I think we lost you. All right, I think we lost Kuna. I think I can, since it's close to my heart, I can help you here. So we also have the creative review process, which is integrated with your workflow, right? So what you see on the bottom right is the creative review workflow, where you can annotate and provide feedback and so on, and take it forward. So to highlight, we also support and provide plugins for your Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign. So imagine if I'm a designer, I would be able to see what I need to work on, everything right in my Adobe dashboard. And that's going to tell me, hey, today this is due, you need to work on this, right? With both plugins available for your NPM, and also the plugins available for your OpenText Media Management, you would be able to drag and drop all your approved assets into your work area, create your own based on the requirements what's shared as part of your NPM, and you would be able to upload it back, everything without leaving Adobe panel or Adobe screen. So that's all what provides. Again, there are a lot of capabilities what NPM can do. There is a detailed videos out there in YouTube. Go follow our channel where you can see all the latest updates, what's happening with NPM, right? So if you are interested, if you want to tailor anything around media workflows or use our NPM solutions, please let us know on the comments. We can take it forward, and we can collaborate with you and see how we can help you there, right? So to summarize things, right, if I want to see what's the benefits it gives, again, most importantly, it's reduce the time to create any assets, right? So go-to-market is highly increased. The time for go-to-market is highly increased. You would be able to deliver consistent compliant media with all the review process, everything in place. So that helps you there, and it eliminates all silos, right? Because everything is visible for everyone in dashboards, what's happening, where it is, and so on. So there is no last minute surprises that, hey, my campaign is delayed, or you would be able to clearly say that something is on risk if something is going on, right? So you would be able to get the entire visibility of what's happening without any media silos. The last, collaboration, that's key, right, with media industry right now, because you need to collaborate and get opinions from different peoples before you can sign off any content, because it's all creative process involves ideas from multiple people. So we provide a lot of capabilities, starting from discussion modules to comments, in-app notifications, to create a review annotations and all, where you can collaborate with your team and nail down what needs to be delivered and conclude on it. So that's all about NPM. Maybe I think we are hitting the clock. Last 15 minutes, we'll open it for Q&A, comments, and thoughts. Guys. Anyone has any questions, or if you're interested in any, let us know. We can discuss further.
Yeah, thanks, Raj and Guna, for an interactive and engaging session. I'm sure it was insightful. Now, jumping to Q&A section, there are a couple of questions from the audience. So while we take these questions, please feel free to drop in further queries if you have. So Raj will take the first question. So it's from Suresh. Do you have any experience integrating Chili with other platforms?
Yes. In a nutshell, yes, we have integrated with a lot of other PIM softwares, DAM, or even custom modules out there in market, or your proprietary softwares, right? So it's more, Chili Publish is more configurable, and you can extend it and integrate with any of your solution. It's API friendly, so it can be integrated with any of the systems. Yes.
Thanks, Raj. I hope that's answered, Suresh. And the second question is from Sudhir. Have you worked with any media industry, and how is your MPM helping them? I'm sure this is your favorite question, Raj.
Yeah, we have worked with a lot of media industries, right, in the past, and even currently we are working on. See, at this moment, what we have to understand is every company is a media company. Marketing is so vital for all the organization today. So any promotion you create, any posters in social media, maybe Twitter, Instagram, everything is a media. So I will not say that it's like only media companies. Everyone out here is now a media company. But to specifically, we have worked with a lot of production house studios. If you're just looking for the category of media companies, yes, we have helped them orchestrate their video production workflows, review process, publishing, and all those things. So we have a lot of experience in that. Please let us know if you have any requirements on it. We would be happy to help you and guide you through the journey.
Yeah, thanks, Raj. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of the session. So in the following slide, we have the contact information. So please feel free to get in touch if you have any queries with respect to any of our products. We would be more than happy to assist you. Thanks, everyone, for being the lovely audience.
Thank you.